Hello and welcome to India Today Tech. I'm Rahul Sethi, and in this video I'm going to compare the Galaxy M30 and the Redmi Note 7 Pro. These are the best smartphones from Samsung and Xiaomi respectively in that price range and have very similar specifications. But let's take a look at which one of the two is the best phone to bet your money on. First up, both these phones offer you latest designs. You get a water drop style notch at front that offers you great screen to body ratio. Both phones also pack big batteries, but they are not very hefty, thick or bulky. Although the Redmi Note 7 Pro is slightly heavier at 186 grams compared to M30 despite packing a smaller battery. But then again, both phones have features like a Type-C USB port, dual microphones, a rear-mounted fingerprint scanner and a dual or triple camera setup at the back, which on the Galaxy M30 is more nicely placed and sits flush with the body. In terms of ergonomics, both these phones sit comfortably in the hands thanks to their curved and rounded corners and edges. But thanks to a slightly curved back, the Galaxy M30 is more comfortable. In terms of durability, the Galaxy M30 seems to be a step ahead. But I'm saying this solely based on my small bend test. The Redmi Note 7 Pro would slightly flex outwards, but it's not a major fall back. What actually hurts is the fact that there is no third slot to put your second SIM if you want to expand the storage. On the Galaxy M30 you do get triple slots, which seamlessly allows you to add 2 SIM cards and a microSD card to expand storage. At front, the Redmi Note 7 Pro uses a 2.5D curved Corning Gorilla Glass 5 and gives you very smooth touch experience, but so does the Galaxy M30 without having a Corning glass. But the major difference in experience is due to a Super AMOLED panel. The Redmi Note 7 Pro has an IPS LCD display under that glass, and while it is very bright and quite vivid and has very good color reproduction, it's not as good as the Galaxy M30's Super AMOLED panel. You'll see up front the Galaxy M30 has great viewing angles, and no matter where you're viewing it from, you get a very clear view. There is no color shift, there is no dip in brightness levels if you view it at an angle. It also has better brightness levels. Not that it's bad on the Redmi Note 7 Pro, but you also get deep black levels, and the contrast and color accuracy is also slightly better on the Galaxy M30. The display size is more or less similar, with the Note 7 having a 6.3 inch size and the Galaxy M30 sporting a 6.4 inch size. Also, while the M30 has Widevine L1 support out of the box that allows you to watch HD videos on Netflix, Xiaomi says that it will be pushing out an upgrade on the Redmi Note 7 Pro to add support for same on the Note 7 Pro's display. Now, talking about the software, Redmi Note 7 Pro runs the latest Android 9 Pie and has MIUI 10 built on top, while the Galaxy M30 still uses an older generation software, the Android 8.1 Oreo, and has an Experience UI 9.5 built on top of it. But in terms of features, both of them are very similar. I mean, both of them offer you great amount of customization on top of stock Android. So you get things like battery optimization, ultra power saving modes, ultra data saving modes, active display, and many other features. Talking about the always on display is quite a nice feature that's present on the M30, and you won't find it on the Note 7 Pro. And what it does is that it shows you time and notifications directly on the lock screen, and it utilizes Super AMOLED display to give you great contrast on that. Xiaomi makes do with some other features like a built-in app lock that allows you to secure all the applications using fingerprint, and features like dual apps that allow you to clone applications and run 2 accounts simultaneously. Both the phones now also have changing wallpapers, but it's supported by glance, so you also get to see ads, which is quite irritating at times, although you can turn it off from the settings menu. But what's more irritating is the fact that there are a lot of third-party apps and features baked into these interfaces. I mean, the bloatware stands where it was on both Samsung and Xiaomi phones, and that is where both the companies need to buckle up and do something about it. In fact, Samsung has developed a better interface called the One UI, but it's still not pushed on the M series smartphones, and there's no word on when it will be doing so. But a surprising thing about the M30 is the fact that despite running a weaker chipset, we did not find it slow. App launch is quite fast and is very comparable to the Redmi Note 7 Pro, and you'll see the multitasking, app switching, and app loading is also quite there. So in daily use, you won't find much of a difference between these two smartphones unless you are running very heavy applications or doing heavy multitasking. Also, while playing games, you'll feel that the M30 is quite underpowered. So it runs PUBG in medium graphics settings, although it is able to pull off the game somehow with the help of its 4GB of onboard RAM. Redmi Note 7 Pro uses Snapdragon 675, which is even more advanced version of the Snapdragon 660. It does get warm a little after 1 hour of gaming in high graphic settings. The experience is not very smooth and it's not totally lag free. Now as far as LTE support is concerned, both phones offer dual SIM, dual LTE standby, which means that both the phones would run 4G simultaneously. Both phones have features like dual band Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 5.0, GPS, but the Galaxy M30 also supports Dolby Audio, which comes in handy while watching videos. Now a department where the Redmi Note 7 Pro shines is the cameras. It has a dual camera setup at the back with 48 megapixel primary sensor, which in comparison to the M30 takes quite nice shots. I mean, in outdoor conditions, you'll see the phone is able to capture great amount of details and have good sharpness levels as well. Although you'll have to turn on 48 megapixel mode from the settings menu, or every time you have to click a 48 megapixel photo. But overall, you'll see the details are quite good, and more importantly, the color reproduction is more accurate compared to the Galaxy M30. The Samsung phone tends to over sharpen the image, and you'll see the colors are oversaturated most of the times. The dynamic range captured by both cameras is quite comparable, but the Note 7 Pro surely does a better job. It not only captures more natural looking colors, but the shadows and highlights are nicely preserved. Both phones also capture very sharp macro images. I mean, you'll see the objects have sharp edges and outlines, and that is quite a good thing. Samsung also bundles a wide-angle camera on the device that allows you to capture more area, and that is not present on the Redmi Note 7 Pro. Now there is also depth sensor on both phones, and that allows them to capture portrait images with background blur. In low light situations, the Galaxy M30 appears to be capturing brighter shots, but it does that on the expense of a boosted ISO, so you'll see the photo has more noise and a slight hint of over-processing. So it loses out on color accuracy and the naturalness of a photo. On the other hand, the Redmi Note 7 Pro photo may look slightly darker, but it has more accurate colors, better details, and sharper object outlines. Now this happens with the front camera as well. Although the Note 7 Pro has an inferior resolution on paper, it does a better job both outdoors and indoors. It captures more accurate skin tones, outlines, and details. In low light situations particularly, the M30 needs to be kept very steady, otherwise it ends up capturing blurred photos. That is not the case with the Redmi Note 7 Pro, as the shutter is quite fast and you get very clean photos almost all the time. So as you saw, both the phones have their own set of pros and cons. While the Galaxy M30 offers you great design, great build quality, has a Super AMOLED panel, has Dolby Audio, fast charging and better battery backup, the Redmi Note 7 Pro on the other hand offers you better cameras both at the front and the back, offers you a more premium looking glass design, has a more powerful chipset underneath that allows you to run heavy applications and games, and runs the latest Android 9 Pie software. So like always, the Redmi Note 7 Pro wants to be crowned as the best mid-segment budget phone, having great value for money for the specification it offers. But this time around, the Samsung phone also does a good job. I mean, it not only offers you good specifications, but it's a well-rounded smartphone that does better in departments that will be more useful in daily life. Do let me know which one of the two is your favorite pick and why in the comment section below. Also, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on technology, smartphones and other gadgets like this. Thank you for watching.